Alright guys, we are back for more of my 400 subscriber special for Come and Party with Nick. We just did a game of Mario Party 3 for the Nintendo 64, and that was a whole lot of fun. We played a game on Deep Blooper Sea, and we ended up coming in 3rd place on that. At least it was good that we avoided getting last place, but the bad news was that we just couldn't really have any chance of winning in the end, all because we were just too far behind heading into the final results. But, you know, that's just how things go sometimes. But we at least tried our best, and that's all that really matters. So, for our next segment, we are going to be playing Mario Party 5 for the Nintendo GameCube. Let's see if things can go better here on this game. Alright, let's have a good game. Alright, let's go ahead and choose my file. Let's go to the party mode course. And we'll do a battle royale like always. One player, and I'll of course play as Mario. Okay, anyways, for our computer players, let's take on Wario. And we'll put the computer players on normal difficulty. And let's also play against Boo. And finally, we'll play against Toad. And for the board that we're going to play on for this segment, Nick requested me to do Undersea Dream. So we'll do 10 turns, we'll have all minigames, and we'll have bonuses on. No handicap. Alright, let's play. Alright, let's see who's going first. And I'm going first. Very nice. Alright, I'm going first. Toad's going second. Wario's going third. And Boo's going last. So let's see where Donkey Kong's gonna be. Right there. And where's the first star of the game going to be at? Right there. Alright, let's get this party started. And we start off with 7. Alright, let's find out what we're going to get from the capsule machine. A mushroom capsule. Alright, that's a good start. Alright, we'll head that way. Oh, we're attacking somebody with the roulette wheel already. Alright, who's it gonna be? Wario. So right off the bat, we do get all 10 of Wario's coins. That was impressive. Okay, let's go to Toad. He gets 1. Alright, let's see what Wario gets. 3. He gets a Kama capsule. Alright, now on to Boo. 3. Alright, he's gonna get a Lakitu capsule. Alright, 4-player minigame to start off, and we're playing Fish Upon a Star. So we gotta try to stay on top of this crumbling platform. Alright, here we go.
Start!
Alright, there goes Wario. Alright, Boo's out. Down to me and Toad. Got it! That's how I roll.
I'm the winner!
We're off to a very nice start so far. Let's go and get ready for turn number 2. And we'll go ahead and use that mushroom capsule on myself. Alright, let's see what we get here. 6 and 8 for a total of 14. Alright, I'll take that. Alright, we'll go this way. Alright, let me check that map very quickly and see where I should go for that star. Okay, so it looks like right here it doesn't really matter too much where I go, but the ride path is much more quicker to the star, so we'll go over there. Oh, I'm gonna be just short of that star right there on this turn, but that's okay. Alright, 8 for Toad. He's gonna get a Piranha Plant capsule. And it's an 8 for Wario. And Boo gets an 8. It looks like he's going to the left. We're going to be doing another 4-player mini game. And this time we're playing Chimp Chase. Alright, let's do it.
Start!
Oh, I see a golden monkey. Okay, we got it. All right! We successfully got the win with 11 points. We definitely handled that mini game so well. All right, let's keep going. Well, it's the one that we're going to get right here on this turn, but at least no matter what we got, we are guaranteed the first star right here on this turn, so I'll gladly take it. anyways, next star is right over there. That's literally on the exact same space where Toad is right now. And we're gonna lose some coins on the red space this time. Oh well. Alright, 5 for Toad. Alright, a 9 for Wario. And looks like he's losing some coins on the red space. Let's head back to Boo. And he's going to get an 8. And he's also losing coins on the red space. This time it's going to be a 1 versus 3 mini game. And we're going to play Mathletes. So I got Wario and Boo as my teammates. Let's find out if we can get a nice amount of coins on this one.
Start!
Alright. First, let's go and find out how much coins Toad's gonna get. 2 minus 1, so he's just gonna get 1 coin overall. Alright, let's see how me and my teammates do. Alright, 5 plus 3. So we get 8 coins overall. That's not bad. And Boo does move up to 2nd place. Alright, back to the board as we get ready for the next turn. And we get a 5 this time. Alright, Toad's gonna put his Piranha Plant capsule right there. And he gets a 1. Alright, over to Wario. And it's a 2. Alright, see what Boo gets this time. 3. Alright, heading into a 4-player mini game. Triple jump. I'm not very good at this one too much here, but let's just see how well it turns out.
Start!
Alright, 70.44 feet. It's not too bad. Alright, let's go to Toad now. Oh, darn it. He did better than me with 73.42 feet. So we're not gonna have a chance of winning this one, unfortunately. And Wario got 76.24 feet. Alright, it's all up to Boo. He ended up with 68.32 feet. At least we're not in last place on this mini game right here. It wasn't a bad attempt that we had right here, but just wasn't good enough for the win. Alright. So now let's see what the next turn has to offer. Alright, I got a 6. Alright, we're gonna go that way. Oh boy, there goes some coins on the red space right there. And it's a 10 for Toad. He gets himself a chain chomp capsule. Oh boy. Not only that, he's going to be getting this star right here. Just didn't really have much of a chance to get it right there, so could have been worse. And the next star is going to be all the way on the left-hand side of the board. Alright, 7 for Wario. And Boo's gonna use that Lakitu capsule on himself. Alright, who's he gonna take from? A random person, alright. Looks like it's gonna be Toad. So Boo ends up getting Toad's Chain Chomp capsule. I 8. Alright, we're gonna do a 1 versus 3 minigame here. Quilt for speed. And I'm the solo player on this one. This one should be pretty simple. Alright, let's go. Got it! That was too easy.
I'm the winner.
Alright, time to go into the last 5 turns. And let's see the current standings. I'm in first place, Toast in second, Wario's in third, and Boo's in last. Alright, time for Boo to spin the roulette wheel since he's the one in last place. Oh boy! Red spaces are going to be Bowser spaces for the rest of the game. Oh boy, we gotta watch out for them. And another thing too for the rest of the game is that there's going to be a duel of 2 players land on the same space. But of course anything can happen here, so let's go and see what happens in the last 5 turns. Alright, we got a 6 right there. And we get a Koopa Bank capsule. But we're gonna be landing on a Bowser space. That's not good. Alright, what kind of event is it gonna be? The Bowser Shuffle. So we're all gonna switch places with each other here. And I end up over there. Toad gets a 4. He does land on the happening space. And he's gonna ride the Manta. And he managed to collect 19 coins out of that. Alright, let's see what Wario's gonna get. A 6. He came up just short of getting that star right there on this turn. Alright, Boo's gonna get a 5. And he gets a Curse Mushroom Capsule. Alright, 2 versus 2 for this one. Mario Can. Alright, I got Toad as my teammate on this one. Alright, let's see how it goes.
Finish!
Ah, darn it. Looks like Wario and Boo got that one. Oh well, that's alright. Alright, so now we got 4 more turns to go. And, I think I'll hold on to my Koopa Bank capsule for now. We're gonna get an 8. And let's go this way. Alright, 10 for Toad. And looks like he's now gonna get his second star, which is gonna put him into the lead in first place. We'll see if we got any possible chance of catching up toward the end of the game. You just never know. Okay. So now the next star is gonna be over there. Alright, 4 for Wario. It looks like he's gonna go riding on a dolphin. And that sends him over there. Alright, Boo's gonna put his Cursed Mushroom Capsule in that space. 10. Alright, we're doing a 4-player mini game. Hotel Goomba. Alright. I should do well on this one. Alright, let's go. Alright, that was a very easy first room. Alright, let's go to the next one. Alright, very good. One more. Oh boy. It's kind of a tough one here. Okay! We still got through that just fine. So that's a win for me right there on that mini game. And now we have 3 more turns left. Alright, I'll go ahead and use my Koopa Bank capsule now. I'll put it on that space. Alright, we we get a 9. Alright, paratrooper capsule. Alright, now we have to pay 5 coins since we're passing by the Koopa Bank. Okay. Let me check the map here. Okay. Let's go this way. But we're gonna be landing on a Bowser space. Oh no. Alright, what's it gonna be now? A Bowser bonus! No! Dang it! Bowser's gonna make me lose my star that I have. How dare you! We got no stars now. We're gonna have to really hope for a big comeback now. Still, that's not what I wanted to see. Alright, 9 for Wario. Alright, Boo gets a 7. And now Toad and Boo are on the same space, so it's time for them to do a duel. Alright, Boo is gonna bet all 11 of Toad's coins for what he's got. Alright, where are they gonna play? Womp Mace. Looks like Toad got it. So Toad is gonna double his money to 22 coins. Alright, we're playing 1 versus 3 minigame for this one. Heat Stroke. So I'm the solo player on this one. Let's see if we have what it takes to try to knock all my opponents off. Well, I got Wario out already. Oh, wow! We actually won that minigame very fast in only 2 seconds. That was impressive. Alright, we have 2 turns remaining right here. I gotta hope for a very good roll if I want to try to get the star right here on this turn so we can get back on the board. But first, let's go ahead and use my paratrooper capsule on myself right here so we can make our opponents lose some coins. Alright, how much are each of them losing? 5 each. But at least in case if I don't get to the star right here on this turn, that will prevent Toad from having enough money to get it. Alright, we get a 3, but it's unfortunately not going to be enough right here for me to get to the star. And I'm on the same space as Toad and Boo, so I gotta challenge one of those two players to a duel. Alright, so since Boo does have more money right here, I think he could be a good person to challenge. But at the same time right here, Toad's got 2 stars right here, and I do have enough money to try to take away his star right here. But out of those options right here, I think I'm gonna choose to challenge Boo and try to take away some of his coins. I'll bet everything for what he has. Alright, what are we playing? Shock Observers. Alright, we just gotta try to avoid those amps here. Let's hope this goes well.
Start.
Yeah! We got it!
Yes, I'm the winner.
So, we are going to take away all 20 of Boo's coins. I'll certainly take that. So I made a good choice to do that right here, just to prevent him from having enough money to get that star. Toad gets a 2, and he's a few coins short of having enough to get that star, so too bad. Wario gets a 6. And he just landed on a Bowser space. Now it's gonna be a Bowser mini game, and the losers have to give up half their money. We're playing Cajun Cookin'. Alright, this one should do well out here. Just gotta be very quick with our button presses.
Start.
Alright, we're safe. And all my opponents lost right there, which means I was the only one that survived. So all my opponents have to give up half of their money, but for Boo, he didn't have anything to lose, so it just didn't matter what happened with him, whether he won that mini game or not.